So my opponent is playing red-white, and it's kind of a weird deck, but it's got good aggressive creatures, and a lot of tokens, and multiple Lava Fume Invokers. It's well constructed. So it's not your typical archetype, but it doesn't matter. Since he choose to play last, I don't think I even noticed that, but I kept this because Student of Warfare can suddenly be ridiculous. He ousts it on the first turn, which is super smart, I think. He could wait until I level it up, but I really don't want to be drawing it on the third turn, because part of the thing that makes Student Warfare so awesome is the fact that you can make it a 3/3 on the second turn if you have those planes. So it really screwed up my curve there, even though I wasn't going to be able to swing. I just go ahead and suit up with Il Umbra and swing. I could try to protect it, but it's already a 3/3, and I don't think he's going to spend his turn heat raying my Student of Warfare, because I'm sure he has better things he can do with his mana. And so he goes ahead and plays Soul Surge Elemental, which isn't very dangerous now, but I wish I had drawn a land here. It would have been a lot easier to play the rest of the game, but I didn't, so I just got the 2 levels on the Student of Warfare. And he cuts my life total in half there, so I have to stay on the defense. So I play Griffin. I could hold up Deprive in case he plays something dangerous, but I was holding my breath. I thought it was a Crusher, but Hedron is fine. I mean, it's better than a Crusher, so I was fine with that. I go ahead and level him up a couple times and hold open Deprive. I could have played Cryptologist, but Cryptologist is not doing anything for me this game, and is better serving me as a chump blocker, honestly. So he's smart and doesn't do anything into my Deprive, and I can't really block that, so I draw the land. I debate for a while, but end up deciding just to play Drake Umbra, because he can't attack into this really that well. So he's looking for some answers, and he finds Lava Fume Invoker, which will put me down next turn. So I need a top deck. And really the only thing in my deck that will work is Regress. Because I can kill him if I can remove Knight. And I draw Regress. So I level it up once and bounce his dude and swing for 16 damage. Or, well, 18 damage. It doesn't really matter. Over 12. So for sideboarding, I definitely put in at least one Soul's Attendant. And I could have put in another or something, but I wanted to keep my Hyena Umbras. He chooses to play last again. I kind of think he might want to play first, but playing last is a fine choice in general in this format, so it's fine. So I play my Dawnglare Invoker, and I have McKinley Griffin coming next turn, and possibly Mammoth Umbra on it, so I'm happy about the way this game is going. He plays his Dawnglare Invoker, so I think for about 0.3 seconds, and then I can just go ahead and attack, because I don't want him to have Dawnglare Invoker. I have no way of dealing with it, and I have another flyer anyway, so he can't attack, so I just want to swing there. And he copies me, plays his own McKinley Griffin. But I have the upper hand if I draw a land here. Fortunately, I do. And so I pop Mammoth Umbra on my McKinley Griffin and swing with it. I'm not really even thinking of what his next plays could be, but as soon as he plays this, I'm like, oh, because with the tokens, if he makes all his land drops, he can actually start activating Invoker like now. So I play Seagate Oracle, which was actually maybe incorrect, and I grabbed Totem Guide instead of the land because I'm not really thinking clearly. I did not really realize until after I made those plays that he was just going to make that his plan. So a land would be a lot better here. He goes ahead and taps. I just go ahead and play Totem Guide, and I get Hyena Umbra and put it on my Dawnglare Invoker to protect it, because I think we're going to have a Dawnglare Invoker battle. Although he has Oust, so, you know, I can't really do that much. He hits me for 4. And right now I'm like, shit. Because I'm basically done. If he has that next land, Regress is about my only option. Actually, I did sideboard in Puncturing Light. I now remember. So that was a possible option, but I didn't think of it at this moment. If you saw that, he was like trying to decide whether or not to attack with all of his creatures or not. But that was, I think, just a clever bluff. Because if I think he's unsure about what he's doing, then, you know, I might not block with my Venerated Teacher. But he has the land, so it was a nice try, but I just jumped with the Teacher because I know I'm not getting any use out of it any other time. So I Guard Duty Invoker, which is wrong, because I have Puncturing Light in my deck. But I did not remember that at this point. I was only thinking about Regress, and I didn't think the life would matter, because either I make it to 4 or 2. Either way, Stagger Shock will kill me, and if I have to deprive, then I won't be able to tap his creatures, and I'll just die anyway. So I could be at 4, but I ripped the land, and so we get into this long, exhausting, just boring kind of invoker fight where we just tap each other's creatures and try to figure out a way out of the situation. I'll be decked first, so it's really not looking good for me. And here I basically sort of gave up on the game, but I didn't concede quite yet because I knew it was possible for me to win it. But I should have been thinking about what I would do considering whatever cards I drew. Like, if I draw a Student of Warfare, should I play it or not? And I just played it. I should have played it after combat. Not that it would really matter. But if I analyzed it further, it would make more sense to hold it in my hand, because I have one way of gaining life. And if I can climb out of Stagger Shock range, that's, you know, one way of staying alive until I can possibly win the game.